gift. Coaches here and at Aberdeen Marina Club. Yay. Coaching 11 years. All right, something like, he used to be 3-time junior champion of Great Britain. Woo! You know what Great Britain means?
It's not great.
UK, huh? Now, this one even more. 2-time World Junior Championship competitor. Now, that is high level. I don't know if you know, but the ISU has the senior world championships, and then for like 17 years old and younger, 18, for the baby. They have the junior championships, and he represented Great Britain 2 times. That is, I think, higher level than anybody except Harry.
No. Don't bring me.
Did you do junior champ?
No, not anymore.
But you did like 4 continents. Anyway, whatever. We'll talk about Harry next year. All right, what else? He was a Great Britain national squad member. He still does competitions as an adult, obviously. And he is the World Master Games champion 2020 and 2024. Yay! And sometimes, if you're lucky, he'll post something on Facebook of him doing amazing stuff. Really, it's very impressive. Me, I'm 4-time National American ISU competitor, Disney on Ice, principal skater, and ISI, pair 8, freestyle 10, figure 10, couple 10, dance 10. Yeah. Woo! All right, I'm going to start out with dance step sequences, which are not my favorite, but I got to do it. And also, I don't like to talk very loud, so everybody scoot in. Now, a lot of what I want to talk about this morning is about how to coach things. And that's not really in the handbook. How to coach, how to get your students to do it right. Freestyle 4 dance step sequence. I'm going to explain it. And it sounds really simple. And then I'm going to demonstrate. But I have so many students who just don't seem to get it. And I don't think it's difficult or not difficult. I think it's just, do you understand? Freestyle 4, dance step sequence. I like all of the 3 turns to curve 90 degrees. And steps in the middle to go in a pretty straight line. And that's the end. Wow. All right, curve 90 degrees. This is not going to be perfect, but a 90-degree curve is kind of like from here to there. Like, it starts that way, and it finishes that way. 90-degree curve. I like all the 3 turns to curve 90 degrees. In between steps, go in a pretty straight line. Time for me to demonstrate. And guess what? I want everybody to follow me. Not too close. But don't do the steps. Don't do the steps. Just watch me, and I'm going to talk a little bit. That's why I want you to follow me. Follow me. Don't do the steps. Just watch me. All right, let's start over here. Close. Golea. Golea. Are you ready? Don't do the steps, only me. Straight to the side of the ring. Straight to the end of the ring. Straight to the end of the ring. Da 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 da. Straight to the side of the ring. Straight to the end of the ring. Da, da, da. Straight to the side of the ring. Straight to the end of the ring. Finish! Come! Sing Jai, go away! Any questions so far? No. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The main thing are the 3 turns. Now, of course, it can be done better than I did. It can be bigger. It can be bigger, it can be small. I did it very slow because I was talking. Okay? I can do it better, but I don't need to today. But I hope that makes sense because I have so many students who just don't get it. The 3 turns should curve 90 degrees. Oh, my hand is shaking. Da-da-da, 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 da-da. To me, that is so simple. The 3 turns curve 90 degrees. That's 90 degrees. Curve 90 degrees. And then in between, it doesn't really matter. Mohawk, step off behind. That's not a big deal. That's not, I mean, I don't want it on 2 feet. I don't want it like, okay, that would be bad. But basically, it's about the 3 turns being nice. Okay. Stay close. Don't do it. I'm going to do the 3rd and 4th lows. These are the inside 3 turns. And I'm going to do them back. And I want to hear everybody say, "Ah! That's terrible!" I'm going to do the 3rd and 4th lows. And I'm going to do them bad like I see at every competition. And I don't like it. Everybody, follow me. Nobody said anything.
Wow, that's terrible.
Thank you. That was terrible. That was terrible. in case you didn't notice, it was the back inside 3 turn that did not curve 90 degrees. It went really straight, which is a bad 3 turn. That's what the dance step in Freestyle 4 is mainly about, is the 3 turns. And again, it should be so easy. So here's the beginning of the 3rd load. Back inside 3 turn. It's so easy to know if I'm going that way. Straight to the end of the ring. When I step on the foot to start the forward inside 3 turn, it should be going straight to the end of the ring. It's so simple. When I step on the foot to start the forward inside 3 turn, it should be going to the end of the ring, like this. Da-da-da, da-da-da. That's it. That curve 90 degrees. All right, I'm going to do the 3rd and 4th loads good. I'm going to do the 3rd and 4th loads good. Da-da-da. Curve to the end of the ring. To the side of the ring. To the side of the ring. To the end of the ring. To the side of the ring. That's it. That's all I want. Okay, so simple. Yao momentai.
Add in something.
Yeah.
I want to add in something.
Johnny Man.
I want to show the freestyle 4 dance step, and I think I just know the answer of that. Hopefully, all of you will understand. This is right, wrong. I'll show you now.
Are we in the way?
Yeah.
Maybe let's come to me. Come to me. Everybody, go like. It's gotta be lengthwise.
其實知唔知道我做錯咗啲乜嘢？其實我講翻俾大家聽啦，我教咗40年，我而家先唔知咯。原來 freestyle 4嘅 dance step 係要由長頭去到長尾，係用 long axis， 唔係用 short axis。OK， 即係話我哋係要喺長頭去到長尾，我唔可以由 side to side。我係啦，我今年先發。因為我冇留意睇書，因為 OK， 因為係可能有啲新教練未必會知道，同埋而家因為疫情嘅關係，我哋好多溜冰場都封咗 ，OK， 未必可以行到晒成個場，好多我曾經有諗過打橫，OK， 咁樣去做 ，OK。但係今次 skate 就 find out 咗係，所以提醒翻大家啦。因為比賽始終如果我哋教錯咗嘅，我哋教練有嗰個責任喺度，所以唔好犯嗰個錯誤咯。Thank you.
Both sides ring is related to the skater's height, how big the pattern is.
For the test.
Yeah.
for the test, you have to glide your height before and after. For the test, to pass freestyle 4, you're supposed to glide your height before and after every turn. But in competition, whoever glides the farthest wins. In competition, you try and do the best you can. But in the test, it has to be a little bit long, or you're not allowed to go. All right, next, I'm only going to talk about one more. Freestyle 5. Freestyle 5, dance step sequence. Come close. Now, like I said 15 minutes ago, some of what I want to talk about is what is not in the rule book. Pretty sure, after teaching for 33 years, especially on this ring, which is the freestyle 5 dance step sequence should not get close to the sides of the ring. And I'll sort of demonstrate. The problem is, okay, if you start here and you go that way, the bracket will be super long and probably flat. If I go all the way from the side of the ring to that side of the ring, that is a long way to do the 2 brackets, plus line step, front, backwards, okay? What I like is probably where I'm standing. The long axis of the beginning should be about here. And then the same over there. Everybody stay, don't move. All right, this time, no need to follow me. You can stay where you are. Stay where you are. I'm going to do it good. A little bit good. A little bit good. The long axis takes it out here. Not close to the side of the ring.
我到这里去，好辛苦啊！
Now I'm going to show you what I'm talking about I don't like. I don't like close to the sides of the ring. I don't like this. Back, back. Now momentan. It was just too long and too flat. Those brackets must be on the correct edge. I mean really, really, really. Left forward outside. Who's videoing me? Left forward outside. Left back inside. Gang, gang. Right inside. Right outside. Okay. The brackets have to be on the correct edge. They cannot go in a straight line. Got it? Who remembers Sunny Man? He talked about the pattern of the freestyle 4 dance step. I have to mention something that is in the handbook that I hope you all know. Freestyle 5 dance step. The second bracket should be very close to the long axis of the ring. It doesn't matter how big it is, how small it is. The second bracket, which is the one on the right foot, should be close to the long axis of the ring, like I demonstrated. And the second bracket should be the closest thing to the end of the ring. All right, everybody come really close. Good. Maybe we can see that. So that's like the long axis. You know what I mean? The long axis. From side to side, that's the middle. So the second bracket should be close to the long axis. Now I can do it here, or I can do it here. But somewhere close to the long axis. Somewhere close to the long axis. And, this is what I said a minute ago, it should be the closest thing to the end of the ring. So let's say the blue line is the end of the ring. The blue line is the end of the ring. This would be bad. Bad. Because after I did the bracket, when I'm gliding backward, I got closer to the end of the ring. When I was going backward after the bracket, I got closer to the end of the ring. And also bad would be if I go like close. All right? I was close to the end of the ring, but when I did the bracket, I was coming away from the end of the ring. Another way to say it is that when you do the second bracket, the moment you turn, you should be going straight to the side of the ring. It's another way to say the same thing. The moment that you turn, you should be going straight to the side of the ring. Got it? I'll try and do a good one. But his figures are better than mine. And I'm getting one. Did that pass? I think that was good enough.
Say another tool, you can use the circles to practice the brackets. So if you use the circle either on the ice or you draw one, so you follow it round. So you
I want you to start talking now.
Okay.
This is your time.
So another way, like I said, we can use this blue circle here, there, here. So we can use how we can draw a circle as well. If I'm doing the outside bracket, I'm really keeping my left side in front if I'm doing the left foot. So my body is facing out of the circle this way, here, there. If I'm doing the inside bracket, I keep the left side facing outward, here, there. So I do this here, there. So the upper body, the position, really helps the bracket. If I turn inward like this, then my edge is going to go on, probably on the wrong edge. So I keep my back to the circle this way, here, there, and this. If I'm doing the forward inside, my back is to the circle. Here. So that's just on forward brackets. If you were doing backward brackets, you're facing into the circle. This way, back outside, just forward, back inside, there. Yeah? So if you want to try, let's try some brackets. We'll just do it left forward outside or right forward inside. If you want to use the circle, then we'll try this one. then the turn, and then the left side forward. You want to have a try? You want to have a little go? Just have a try. So if you do the left forward outside, the left side is really strong. If you do the right inside, the left side is really in most of the dance steps you go anti-clockwise, so you always tend to do that way. But if you get the chance, try to practice the other way as well, even though they don't feature in dance steps. Yeah? So do we all know all the different turns, I guess, yeah? So here we obviously have 3 turns, this one. The bracket is facing out of the circle this way. Counter turn, you are turning into the new circle and then coming this way. And the rocker turn is turning into the existing circle and then going this way. Yeah, so the 3 turn is the easiest. The bracket, turning out of the circle and continuing round. The counter turn is turning into the new circle and then continuing around this way. And the rocker turn is turning into your circle, but then you're going back out this way. So, 3 turn, bracket, counter, rocker. And then obviously the loop. Yeah? Okay? Alright? So let's try a little bit on loops.
No. Before we do loops, everybody close. Coach John, really, I came up with this on my own. Are you ready? I did not learn this from any of my coaches. A counter, if you're going now, starts like you're doing a bracket, but it stays on the same edge. Whereas a bracket changes edge. A counter, sorry, I'm working too hard. A counter starts like you're doing a bracket, but it stays on the same edge. And a rocker starts like you're doing a 3-turn, but it stays on the same edge. So here's what I figured out. Who knows the English alphabet? Nope. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Terrible. In the English alphabet, B and C are close together. B is for bracket, and C is for counter. In the English alphabet, R and T, very close together in the alphabet. R is for rocker, T is for 3-turn. Ah, yes. He even takes off his glove. Thank you. All right, got it? B and C, bracket, counter, very similar. They start the same way. Bracket changes edge, counter stays on the same edge. Rocker starts out like a 3-turn. 3-turn changes edge. Rocker stays on the same edge. Thank you. I'm done. Loops.
Okay, so loops. With loops, again, the upper body position really rotated inward. if we stay too square, our foot will never come around to create a loop. So our upper body has really got to be turned into the loop. So here, there, in. So coming out of the loop, my leg stays back, then it comes around, and then I use the heel of my left foot to come out of the loop and bring my right leg
A little bit like a power pole coming out.
yeah, yeah. I'd say loops speed-wise, you don't need to be going fast for a loop. People tend to try and do the loop really, really fast, and it's just like that. Yeah? I would not be going fast for a loop. I would actually be going quite slow. But my upper body is turned a lot. Otherwise, if I don't, my foot will never come around. So I really turn my body. Anybody want to try?
No.
So I would actually, if I'm doing the left foot, I would actually lead with my right side. I wouldn't be like this, otherwise my foot's never going to come around. I would actually be leading with my right side. So I'm kind of facing into the circle here, this way. So I'm not this way, I'm really turning here. Yeah? If you want to try.
They keep you out there.
Forward outside. Is it? Forward inside. I didn't see that one.
Say forward outside and backward inside are probably the most common ones used. Forward inside and back outside, not so much. I'd say forward outside and backward inside are the most commonly used. So if I was doing a backward inside loop, I'm pushing here. Again, my upper body is rotating a lot here, there, and out. There. So I'm kind of looking this way again, here. So like the forward outside, I was turning in. Again, this back inside, my left, if I'm doing the left foot, my left shoulder is really far back here. I'm trying not to let the weight go back.
A whole lot of twisting the upper body.
Yeah. I tend not, because when I learned loops, it was from doing figures, I tend not to turn the foot out. My free foot is tended to be turned inwards. If my foot's like this, my weight tends to go back too much. So I keep my foot turned in and out. And I'm actually using this foot to help create the loop here, in and out. Okay? Anybody want to try?
All right, John's talking to the idea of the globe. I think all of the loops except forward inside are a little bit like spinning. Starting to do a spin. And I can probably demonstrate. Like, left forward outside loop is sort of like I'm about to do a 1 foot spin and then I decide not to do it. Sort of like I'm gonna do a 1 foot spin, I'm gonna do a 1 foot spin, I'm gonna do one, and no I don't. All right? A back inside loop is a 1 rotation, 1 foot spin. You know? And spin, finish. A back inside loop is sort of a 1 rotation, 1 foot spin. A back outside loop is sort of like a 1 rotation backspin, sort of. like la 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 la. Finish. Yes? And a forward inside loop is totally different. A forward inside loop is its own thing. Yeah. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, Choctaw now, going back to Freestyle 5 dance step. So there's 2 Choctaws in the Freestyle 5. For me, again, I've done dance, so my first Choctaw, the way I do my foot is more like from ice dancing, but John does his leg differently. So I push, and then I swing it through here, and then I try to keep my bottom, squeeze forward here, there, and then I bring my foot in to here, and then turn. I think John does his free leg more just open like this. But I tend to swing through, and then I squeeze my bottom together, and turn this way. And I can try and stay on the edge. Yeah, so I can feel I'm squeezing my bottom together and I swing through. As if I squeeze my bottom in, I can get a bit of a run on the back of the blade, and so then it takes like that. Otherwise it tends to be a bit like this, and then a bit stuck here, and then we kind of go off onto the inside edge there as we bring the leg in. I'd say I bring my leg in, but then if John has it, say he does his more open, he does this, and he does it okay, and then the second Choctaw, this one here again, I cross over, under, and I'm sitting back again here, pushing my hips forward, so I'm running on the back of the blade and then turning. So my weight when I turn is more this side, I'm not too far forward here. So as I'm going into the Choctaw, I keep my weight to the left. If I put too much weight forward, then I tend to go on the inside and then hit the ground. So I try to keep down the left side more. And this is for any kind of Choctaw. I would put it in a my weight down the left side. If I don't, I'm like this. Then it's hard to get the leg through. So I keep my weight down the left side. And as an exercise, if you want to try with your students, see if they can do a back flip. Try to open the left side so that we get on the outside edge.
Lee mentioned that he has done a lot of ice dancing, as have I, and what I'm going to talk about is different than ice dancing. In the ISI dance step sequences, a big goal, except in like Freestyle 9 dance step, is curvy, otherwise called edgy, curvy. You know, like instead of doing this, we want it to be edgy. Curvy. And I found that to make the Choctaws really curvy, it helps to have your feet far apart when you change feet. Don't move. So, like Freestyle 5, left forward outside. I'm going forward. If I get my feet far apart, then really, this will be outside edge, and that'll be inside edge. If your feet are close together, which is sort of ice dance technique.
Yeah, that's the difference between John's and my way, Just saying, because they might be white. We both said two different things there.
Ice dance versus dance step sequence. So to get it really deep, I like the feet far apart. I'll try to demonstrate without falling. Here. That's as good as I can do. And then the second Choctaw in Freestyle 5, the same thing. Will be inside edge going forward, feet far apart. Like here, it won't be very edgy. But if you can do like that, then this will really be outside edge, and this will really be inside edge. What are you laughing about? Does it look like I can do it? Okay. And then, all right, really quick. One close. I have never heard of any problem with any coach thinking this, but I have heard of one or two students who thought the Freestyle 2 dance step sequence should start close to the end of the rink and finish in the other corner. You want me to demonstrate? All right. No. No. Any questions? Okay? It's you. It's always smaller. That's Kyle. And he asks terrible questions. Yes, it would pass, Kyle. Yes, it would pass. But not if I'm judging your students. Harry?
Not asking for result two, but asking for you. I really can ask you. So the first one, I understand.
Maybe Harry.
How about the other? For this one? For the back.
That's open. That's open.
I'm asking the first one, you will keep stay close, right?
Yes.
How about the second one?
I guess that's pretty good. Jumping one kind of. Yeah, I'm just saying from here, I see my way to the left. If I was doing the high stance and the rumble, I have to be wider. But I'm just going, as long as I keep my weight here, obviously the wider the legs, the edge is going to become deep. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, come close. And same with the Freestyle 3 dance step. Who thinks it needs to be that big? No. It doesn't need to be that big. It doesn't need to be that big. All right? Now, the others are fairly accurate. You know, if you're a pretty good skater, you can do Freestyle 4 dance step pretty much from end to end. And like Sonny Man pointed out, it's supposed to be lengthwise. And it says that in the rule book. cannot be side to side. It's got to be lengthwise. And also the freestyle 5 dance step can pretty much be that pattern. Pretty much that pattern. It's only the freestyle 2 and 3 that 1 or 2 of my students have said, but John, the rulebook shows that it starts there and ends there. Freestyle 2 doesn't. All right, really, really quick. Not really quick. Give me 5 minutes. Kyle, because you asked the terrible question, you have to hold my book. All right. I think a huge problem teaching low-level skaters is getting them on outside edges, because beginners are almost always inside edge. Any question? Especially hockey players. Hockey players love inside edge. And the hockey players, they think it's fine. I've had so many hockey students, they can go really fast. And then they do that. They go really fast on inside edge. And then they curve around the end of the rink. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. So, I came up with a little idea. Are you ready? Now, this is not easy to do if there's a lot of people on the ice. The coach will be pushing the water horse, going in a pretty straight line. The skater picks up one foot, tries to get on outside edge, and their hip should push on the soima at the front, trying to make it curve towards the skating side. Be careful, because I don't know where I'm going to go. All right. So he's pushing backwards around. If you cannot balance on outside edge, you can't do that. I've tried with my students. We don't need to try it, just believe me. If you cannot get on an outside edge, then you cannot do what we just did. The only way to cheat that they're not allowed to do is to hang. Hang on it. No good. No good. Not allowed. No hang. Any questions? My rink has soima. Does every rink have soima? Nope. Well, tell your manager to get soima. Use Cantonese. Lao Sao. You know what lops up? Sign up is water horse, and they call that the water horse. All right, one more thing, two more things I really want to talk about. Another thing that I hate, starting to spin. 2 foot spin, 1 foot spin. The words that I use in English, Yingman, twist to the left and lean a little bit forward. You stay like that through the whole spin. And let me tell you, not many beginners do it. It's a big problem. So, I mean, I think we all know it could be kind of like this. I call that twisting to the left and lean a little bit forward. Same with 2 foot spin. I like it twisting to the left, and you don't want to lean back. Twist to the left and lean a little bit forward. And most of my 6L1 and 6L2 students cannot do it. So I came up with an exercise. This one, not so good. Nobody cares. But maybe it helps. A pumping pivot, which is normally not good. Constantly thinking about twisting to the left and leaning a little bit forward. This is my exercise for trying to get low-level skaters to twist to the left and lean. Pumping pivot. Yeah. Go. For 2 minutes. Go. Go. Just keep going. Keep going and concentrate. Twisting to the left and lean a little bit forward. Again, what I don't want is anything like this. Any questions? Questions? Now moment time. Now moment time. No question. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about is half lutz or quad lutz. Yeah. Half lutz. Half lutz. So we all know that being on a good outside edge is not easy. Being on a good outside edge for the takeoff is not easy. I'm sure we've all had students that change to inside edge. Even high-level skaters. Sasha Cohen, American champion 15 years ago. She had a terrible flux, which means change to inside edge. So what I tell my students, but it doesn't work very well, is you have to keep the right foot behind the left foot. No coming like that. You go backward, right foot behind the left foot, right foot behind the left foot, until you land. Right foot behind the left foot, right foot behind the left foot, right foot behind the left foot. And then, when you put the toe in, the toe should give a little bit of a push back. Like that. Like that. To me, that's really easy. It's sort of like this. Okay? If my right toe pushes back, I'll spin anti-clockwise. And I think that's pretty much, besides a little bit of pre-rotation. Who knows what is pre-rotation? Pre-rotation just means your upper body a little bit starts to turn before you take off. But there should be minimum pre-rotation. I think 99% of how to make a lutz or a quad lutz, for those of you who are teaching quads, yeah, you is the right toe pushes back a little bit. So you're going, and the right toe pushes back a little bit. Yeah, one more time. And finally, a few weeks ago, I had a student learning half lux, not quad. That's another student. Half lux. Half lux. And they kept on doing the turn the wrong way, like this. Good, good, good. All right, so that's the wrong way, right? No big deal. But the thing was, she finished doing the wrong way turn so quick that I could hardly say, "No, you're turning the wrong way!" Yeah, that's what it felt like. She finished, toe finish, and I was still yelling at her, saying, "You're turning the wrong way, you're not turning." So this is what I figured out, and it helped. This helped. I told her to do it the right way. This is an exercise. But do many, like 20 toe, 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 toe. So this would be back. And toe, toe, toe. And she could do this. So while she was doing the toe the wrong way, I said, "So that's the wrong way." You get it? That was clockwise. You've got to go anti-clockwise. And my student figured it out. So again, if they toe, 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 then you can tell them, "No, that's the wrong way. You're turning the wrong way." So then she improved. She figured out how to go that way. Got it? All right. Raise your hand if you want me and Lee to keep talking 10 more minutes, and our next presenter doesn't really matter. We talk later in our lesson. Who doesn't want our next presenter to get started? Macy? Please. Who needs a 5-minute break? Nobody will.
Okay.
Who needs a break?
Is everyone fine? I'll just try to do some exercises with everyone. So everyone let me say something.
Hong Kong. Check.
I was 91.
Superstar, movie star, television star, beauty queen, and she also took lessons from a very good friend of mine in America. Please welcome